Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Companion, starring Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher in this dark comedy about love and death and all kinds of interesting stuff that we'll talk about pretty soon. But before we get into that, remind you guys to please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, do all that stuff. Also, this video is going to be spoilers. Most of my videos where I talk about new movies are going to be spoilers, so you've been warned. From here on out, it's going to be talking about spoilers and all that stuff. So if you haven't seen the movie, recommend it. Please go check it out before we watch this video. Come back and you can hear my thoughts on it. But with all that being said, let's get into the video. So Companion, it's about this couple, Jack Quaid, Josh and Iris, played by Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher. They go off into the woods to go visit a friend that Josh, the character Josh, who Jack Quaid plays, the character Josh knows. They go and visit her and her new boyfriend and some other people out in this house, a beautiful house out by the lake. And things get bloody and brutal pretty quick. And you have all these characters get together, and essentially it's the character of Iris, who we show at the beginning of the movie. She tells us, you know, how she met Josh and everything, and we know that early on in the movie she's going to kill this guy. And when we get to the house, she meets this character who's like this. We're believed to think that this guy is like a scuzzy, you know, drug lord, mobster type guy, and he tries to force himself on her, and she ends up killing him. And the revelation of her killing him, we find out that she's actually a robot that was rented by this company who makes these lifelike android type robots that can think and feel, and you know, they basically there to whatever you want. They're basically there to essentially, you know, serve you. They're like, and some people are like, oh, she's a sex bot. It's like, oh, she's more than that. And we learn that more throughout the movie as well. But Josh basically lays everything out for her, that she's like been this robot the whole time, and that, you know, she had all the memories that she thinks remember meeting him. And, you know, all the stuff that they went through in college and life before she met Josh has all been uploaded to her mind. And we kind of get glimpses of that throughout the movie, which is kind of clever, the way that they do it. And we're just told about this company. We're not like shown, it's like they did this. This is basically like, oh, this is something that just exists. They have lifelike android, you know, they have lifelike android people in this universe. And that's just how it is. I think the characters, both actors, Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid, they do a really good job. It's interesting seeing Jack Quaid in another role that's not The Boys. It's the only role I've ever seen him in. I guess I did see the early Hunger Game movie, but I don't really remember that movie. So that's, I guess, not but I've only really seen him in The Boys. And apparently he was in Scream and some other movies as well. And he's going to be in another movie that comes out this year called Novocaine, where he plays like this, you know, basically the same guy. He's like this quirky, nerdy dude. He can't feel pain, so that'd be an interesting movie to check out when it does. But everybody does a really good job here. All the supporting cast is very limited cast, which is good, because you don't have to have 300 people in the movie to make, you know, 300 characters in a movie to make it compelling. You have, I say maybe 15 characters at the most. Most of them are on screen for a little bit. Like, you got the guys in the robot facility, and then you have the guys at the end. But you're kept with your main cast of characters for a majority of the film. All done well. You got Lucas Gage, Rupert Fiennes. You have the guy from What We Do in the Shadows. I forgot his name. And, you know, obviously the main actors. Everybody does a really good job. You know, I guess their characters serve their personality. Nothing, I guess you probably say they've been done before, but I'm glad there's some characters in the movie that are not, that I thought was like, oh, they're going to be stereotypes, and thankfully they're not. I felt that they were written better. This was a better written version of those characters, which you probably guessed what they were by watching the movie. But yeah, everybody else does a good job. The gore side of the aspect, the horror side of it, is actually pretty It's like I said, it's like a black comedy. It's horror, but there's parts where it's funny. You have a lot of scenes where people are, you know, hunting people down, and you got a lot of like brutal. There's some brutal like stab scenes and everything, but it's not like gore filled, like, you know, brutal, you know, like Friday or something like that, or Freaky, the movie that came out. I don't know if it was by Blumhouse. But apparently this is the same guy who did Barbarian, which I haven't seen yet, so definitely check that one out in the future. But if this movie's anything to go by, I would like to see what Barbarian is. But I really don't have many negatives of the movie. I think there's some parts where you're watching it and it's like, oh, it's like this would be a good part to stop, and then they don't stop and they just keep going. And so other than that, like the false, like the 3 or 4 times where it's like, oh, this could stop in here and it'd be fine, and then we get a payoff of it, and the payoff was good. But as for like there was a couple times where the movie felt like it could have stopped and it would have been over, and I would have been like, oh, this was all right, but it just kept going. That's really my only complaint. Like I said, it's written fairly decent, it's acted fairly decent, it looks good. I mean, there's nothing really much I can complain about that. You know, if you can believe that there's, you know, life-like robots out there, you know, that we can just buy. It's like, oh, you're renting out, like you're renting a car, essentially. And it even says you're a rental to the Iris character. So it's like, if you can believe that, then yeah. Yeah, I really like this movie. I really dig it. It says, he said, I got a joke about it. If you've seen the, what do you call it, promotional stuff, you see Jack Quaid and the lead actors talking about it. It's like, yeah, it's a good date night movie. I think it is a good date night movie. I think it's a fun couples movie. You watch it, you like laugh about it, but you also, you know, makes you want to kind of look into your relationship and, you know, take yourself seriously in a way, and you know, value your person. You know, you think about it like, am I a robot? Am I a robot? So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'm going to be reviewing in a little bit. I'm going to be talking about Flight Risk, which everybody seems to love. It's going to be the #1 top Oscar winner of the year, I'm sure. So yeah, look out for that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.